What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, Advocate Ramosepele actually asked Mthokozisi Thwala how he sleeps at night, and that question, it was more of a frustration and a disbelief in the statements that Mthokozisi Thwala was actually telling the court. So, Advocate Ramosepele had actually to ask him, like, how do you really sleep at night? Do you really feel free and actually go to bed okay?
It was another intense day for Mthokozisi Thwala as he continued to give evidence about the night Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Proceedings were delayed after the state requested to correct inconsistencies in Thwala's statements to police and his evidence in court.
My Lord, that is all that we are embarking upon, to afford this witness the opportunity to explain those inconsistencies.
But the defense objected to the request.
I'm going to object, my Lord. I don't think the state can cross-examine its own witnesses. The state can lead evidence in chief if there are inconsistent statements. That's the purview of the defense to expose those, my Lord, with all due respect.
What the state wants to embark upon now, it wants to introduce to the court statements that were made by this witness to the police during the course of investigation of the case. This court is not concerned about that. This court is only concerned about what this witness is saying here at court.
However, their objection was denied, with Baloyi going over the contradictions. Among them, Thwala's claim in his statement that Longe Thwala was part of the scuffle moments before the shooting.
Paragraph 10, then Zandi's boyfriend let go of the firearm, which was still in the suspect's hand. What is your comment?
I-boyfriend yazandi yaya towards umuntu lo wayeyokuqala ngaphambili yamphusha waphumela ngaphandle.
And moments later, cross-examination got underway with the defense going for the jugular.
How do you sleep at night, Mr. Thwala?
He did say I close my eyes.
Now, would it be fair to say to you that the death of your best friend continues to haunt you to this day?
So that question itself, it's sort of to suggest an emotional burden that Mthokozisi Thwala might have. So that's why Advocate Ramosepele was saying, how do you really sleep at night with all of this emotional burden? Obviously, this emotional burden might be coming from withholding information that Mthokozisi Thwala has and doesn't want it to be revealed to the court. Obviously, Advocate Ramosepele is not a prophet at all, but maybe he was actually seeing that Mthokozisi Thwala might actually be struggling internally due to what he knows. So it's like making it very, very difficult for him to explain what he really knows. So you'll be carrying this massive burden that is like making it difficult for him to explain. So that question by Advocate Ramosepele, it's very, very strategic and kind of like psychological, because Advocate Ramosepele might be trying to trigger a guilt or discomfort in Mthokozisi Thwala. After triggering that discomfort and guilt, then he can move like pin Mthokozisi Thwala for him to reveal what happened inside that house. Because obviously the defense itself, as it is defending the accused, there is certain information that they are hoping to get that might exonerate the accused. And as they are cross-examining the likes of the people that were in the house, they are failing to really get that information. So by trying to put discomfort into the witness, then maybe they can get what they want. So definitely this was a strategy to provoke a reaction in Mthokozisi Thwala, and Ramosepele was more of like implying that Mthokozisi Thwala knows more than he is actually revealing in court. And if Mthokozisi Thwala himself is actually innocent, this question is obviously unfair to him. But taking a step back a little bit, this might be a sign of the defense team actually running out of questions, because the defense is more of like shifting from solid legal arguments and questions, and they are now resorting to psychological pressure to try and push the witnesses to go over the line and start to explain things that they didn't even think they could explain. Obviously, the defense in such a scenario, they cannot be blamed, because when you fail to get the answers that you want, you end up using all sorts of tactics. So this is more of like trying to shake the witness emotionally instead of questioning them factually. So Mthokozisi Thwala actually handled the situation with great maturity, because if he had reacted strongly to that question, there could have been a suggestion that he knows more than he is actually telling. So usually in such scenarios, a judge can actually intervene and deem the question irrelevant, or maybe it's actually intended to harass the witness. And this was more of like one of those situations of a bad question. So maybe in this scenario, Judge Rat actually allowed this kind of questioning, this kind of tough questioning, which is everything to do with morality in such a case. And probably he wanted to see how Mthokozisi Thwala is going to react, because it's very possible for a witness to actually hide information. And the judge might actually want to also see that guilty conscience being triggered. So in that scenario, if you actually heard Mthokozisi Thwala actually like speaking, you could see that he was actually struggling to give direct answers to some of those important questions, and he was continuously repeating like these generic phrases, which just doesn't help anyone at all. So on the other hand, again, the question might have been very important. But maybe if it is true indeed that something was being hidden from the court, it could actually like be that Mthokozisi Thwala actually was afraid of like personal threats to himself, because it's very possible for a witness in such a high profile case to withhold information out of fear. That's when obviously those witness protection programs come in, but the likes of Mthokozisi Thwala are not in any of those programs. So this is just speculation that is going out there that he might actually be holding information. So he's actually like protecting himself. So these are like the scenarios that are occurring. But is it possible, from the way I'm seeing it, that Mthokozisi Thwala did not answer because he was actually fearing for himself? I would not agree with that. Definitely, I would not agree with that. So tell me what you think in the comment section about Advocate Ramosepele's question and Mthokozisi Thwala's response, and what that might actually be meaning. I'll catch you guys on the next one.